Hi there, and welcome to the Pip and Pin Podcast. My name is Megan Nodecker, and I'm a knitwear designer from Abbotsford, British Columbia, Canada. You can find me on Instagram as Pip and Pin, on Ravelry as Knit Pip and Pin, and at pipandpin.ca. So welcome to 2023. It's been 2023 for about 2 weeks now, but this is the first time I've gotten around to podcasting. It's been, with Christmas and New Year's and all the stuff that comes with it, it takes me a little while to get back into the swing of things. So I'm happy to be back, and I have lots to share with you today. So for my New Year's I don't know if I would consider it a resolution, but one of my goals for this year is to release one pattern a month in 2023. Now, I did this, I think it was 5 years ago. In 2017, I released one pattern a month for 12 months straight. It was very difficult. I'm not gonna lie. It was quite a task, but I feel like I do really well with hard deadlines. And sometimes like self-imposed deadlines don't really cut it. So if I say something like, I'm going to publish a pattern once a month, that gives me some accountability, and I actually do it. So I'm prepared for a really busy year. We'll put it that way. So when I did it back in 2017, that actually resulted in one of our books. So This Must Be the Place is a collection of, I think, 9 of those patterns, 8 or 9 of those patterns. Those were all designed during that year that I did that. So I wanted to attempt that again, and we'll see how it goes. I know it's already halfway through January, but I do have a sock pattern ready to go. So that will be coming out in the next couple weeks here. One thing, why I wanted to do it now too, instead of, before, or not do it at all, is I found that I've been kind of going through all of my business stuff, going through my office space. I have a storage unit that I've been going through. We've kind of changed gears quite a bit over the past 2 years. So I'm really just going through all the stuff we have, kind of getting rid of the things that we don't need anymore. We don't do markets anymore. So I don't need things like all my samples and all my market gear. I still have all my market gear. I don't really know what to do with it yet, but, we've kind of switched gears. And as going through all this stuff, realized that I have so many half-finished designs and things that are pretty much done and just needed pictures, and things that just need little tweaks here and there, or, and I have, of course, new pattern ideas as well. So yeah, that's the sock pattern that is coming up has actually been done and tested and ready to go for about 6 months. All it needed was pictures and formatting, and then it was good to go. And I just it was never a priority to do it because it didn't have to get done, So with this resolution, I guess, that is my plan. So look for 12 new patterns this year. So as I said, I have a sock pattern, and I have a hat pattern for February that I'll show you a little bit later. Before I get right into knitting, I just wanted to share a couple of upcoming things that are happening. So on February 6th and 13th, I am hosting a workshop, a little knitting class for the Aurora headband. And this is in partnership kind of with the Making app. So if you go to the Making app, you can find the class there. If you don't know what the Making app is, the best way I've found to describe it is a slower Instagram. So kind of what Instagram used to be 7 years ago. There's no reels, there's no stories, there's no, it's not trying to be TikTok, it's just pictures. I don't use it a ton yet because I find the content that I want to post there is very different than the content that I post on Instagram. So I'm kind of still finding my groove there a little bit, but it's really great for you can kind of sort your things into different projects. So it's really great for sharing. It's for makers, really. It's like old school Instagram for makers. So go check it out if you haven't already. They have classes there too on all sorts of different things. And I have a class there now as well for the Aurora headband. And this is the Aurora headband here. This is the one that I made when I hosted my last class. I made one with everybody because I wanted one for myself. So this is the one that I made. It's just a simple little ear warmer, it's double layered, so you kind of knit it in the round, and we kind of go over everything about this pattern. So what yarn to use, what needles to use, because you can kind of do whatever you want with this. So we'll go through that. We'll go through doing a provisional cast on. So if you've never done one of those before, we'll do that together. We'll do the twisty bit together, Kitchener stitch, closing up our loop here. And then in our second class, towards the end, we'll be focusing on like how to do some really good finishing things. So how to finish your project so that it is as seamless as it can be. Yeah, I will make sure that the link is down below in the description so you can sign up for that. It is $42 American, because that's what they charge. They charge in American dollars. So $42 American for both the classes. They're about an hour each, February 6th and 13th. I've also decided on the new dates for Idea to Pattern. So Idea to Pattern is a design workshop that I put together. It's 8 weeks long. It has all the information you would ever need if you are interested in becoming a knitwear designer, or if you are kind of newer and want some guidance, if you're established and just want to learn some new things. We are opening up the course again in the spring. So on March 13th, it's going to start. And registration is going to open on March 6th. It's going to close on the 10th. If this is something you're interested in or have thought about doing, make sure you are signed up for our newsletter, because that is the way I communicate all the important things to you. So if you really want to know what's happening with Pip and Pin, sign up for our newsletter, because everything goes there. And the last thing I wanted to talk about isn't something I'm doing at all, but it's my sister. So if you don't know the history of Pip and Pin as a company, Katie and I, my sister, we started this back in 2010 together. And recently, over the past year, she has been not doing a part of Pip and Pin. She's started doing her own thing now. And so she just finished her training and is now a rebirthing breathwork practitioner. And she's doing a free session on January 19th. So breathwork is something that she's been really passionate for a long time. If it's something that you're interested in and have never done before, or just want to do a free session or anything like that, I'll put her website down below. There is a free, it's all online as well. So it's, I think she does it through Zoom. It's a online class, free, Ritual Breathe. I'll put the link down below if that's something that you that you're interested in. It's really lovely. I really enjoy it. So yeah. Now on to some knitting stuff. I feel like all of the things that I kind of started, I was looking through my notes of what I was talking about last time I podcasted, and I really don't, all the things, all the works in progress, I've just kind of abandoned and started a bunch of new things. So we're really, really starting fresh for 2023 here. I have one finished object to show you, and it is going to be our February pattern. So I will be looking for testers for this coming up soon. And this is just a simple, I don't have a name for it yet, but this is a simple cabled hat pattern. If you remember actually from last time, I showed this little swatch. It's just a little cabled simple swatch. The yarn is Entre sur Elaine in the Malo base, which is a merino cashmere nylon. And this is their Girl Bell colorway, just a really lovely rust, like muted, gross, dirty pink, which is my favorite. This is their terracotta colorway, which is this beautiful kind of rusty red. It's a fingering weight hat, and I know like lots of people are, oh, fingering weight hats, what's the point? But I live in Vancouver area, and fingering weight hats are the best here because it doesn't actually get that cold. So my sprocket hat is something that I wear constantly, and that's what I based this hat pattern off of, was the style of that one. So if you like sprocket hat, if you like the way that that fits, you're going to love this one. I also did a big floofy pom-pom at the top. And I had a tip for pom-poms because I keep them in just like a big Ziploc bag. They're all squished together. They get flattened and, you know, just not very floofy. You want floofy pom-poms. So if you want to floof up your pom-pom, the best way is to blow dry it. So just grab your blow, you don't have to wet it, you don't have to do anything like that. Like just blow dry it on high heat and it will get super floof. But yeah, this is going to, I'm not going to put it on right now, but this is going to be our February pattern. It just has a folded up brim. I mean, you can fold it down too, but, and then some simple cables, basic hat, but honestly, I had so much fun knitting this. It was just such a, the yarn made it really nice to knit. I haven't worked with MCN in a long time, so it was lovely. For works in progress, I am doing more of this pattern because I kind of did this hat as a giant swatch for a sweater. And I spent pretty much all of winter break working on this sweater. It has many sizes, too many sizes. It is, there's lots of math. There was lots of math over the winter break. But this is what it's gonna look like. So if you couldn't tell, I kind of based it on the sweater that I'm wearing because I got this sweater at Costco and I haven't taken it off. It's just the comfiest, most amazing thing. So I wanted another one, but you know, knit. So I'm making this. Again, it has that simple cable texture, fingering weight, V-neck. It looks giant right now because of course there's no collar on it and the collar is going to be quite large. And it's very big. It's going to be super oversized, super amazing. So I kind of got a couple inches down on the body and I'm just going to finish up using the rest of this yarn. I have this much left of my second ball. Now I'm running into some trouble because I only have 4 skeins of this yarn. And I got it at Knit City and I was looking at their website and I don't really think they dye it anymore, or they might. I could always send them an email and ask them, but even then it will be a different dye lot, so we'll see. I'm going to try and make it work with the 4 skeins that I have. So my plan is to just knit as much as I can with the rest of this, which will probably get me maybe another inch or 2, I'm hoping. That will take me to maybe my belly button. So not long enough. Like this sweater that I'm wearing right now it's wide and big. It's also very long. It covers my whole butt. It's great, but this one might end up being shorter. So what I'm going to do, finish up this ball of yarn, then I'm going to do the collar because the collar is quite big as well. And then I think I'm probably going to do the sleeves, or at least start the sleeves. Because I mean, I could do it shorter sleeves, but I want big sleeves. No, I think I'll do the sleeves, the collar and the sleeves, and then use whatever I have left to make it as long as humanly possible with the 2 remaining skeins that I have left. I don't know. I'm nervous about this one. This is a lot of knitting to just like wing it. We'll see how it goes. Worst case scenario, I guess. Okay, absolute worst case. If it really doesn't get long enough, is it can just be cropped, I guess. It's not really what I was going for, but could be cropped. Or it could have short sleeves. Again, not really what I was going for. Wanted the long sleeves. But we gotta work with what we got. Or maybe I could do the collar, because I do have, like, I have this red, which I don't think I would put those together. But I also have the same yarn in like a really light kind of dirty gray, and also more of like a natural white color. So maybe it needs a contrasting collar. That's a possibility as well. We'll figure it out. We will see how it goes. And I've kind of paused on this for a little while, just because, I mean, this was a lot of knitting. I knit this pretty well constantly the whole winter break. So it's just a lot. So it's taken just a small break right now. It's not hibernating, it's still sitting on my desk. But I started something else, which I've been blowing through, so I'm just going where the inspiration is, and right now it's not there, it's over here. So the second work in progress that I have is actually, I'll show you. This was from 2 years ago, maybe. This was a shawl that I designed using some union fiber. I don't know what the brown or the black is called, but I know that this peach is Venice Peach, and I got it at Knit City 2 years ago, 3 years ago? 3 years ago. It was a long time ago. 4 years ago, maybe. Maybe 4. Anyways, old yarn. I knitted into this shawl. Originally, this shawl was a cowl or something. I don't remember. And so I guess when I knit it, I didn't really write instructions for it. I just kind of did it. And then I took pictures of it. Like Katie and I took some pictures of it. And then I never wrote up the pattern because I didn't write up the pattern. And that's not really how I work. I kind of write the pattern first, or at least a section of the pattern, and then I knit it. And then I write another section, and then I knit it to make sure that everything's going right. I didn't do that with this one. So I was just going to kind of, figure it out, because I can reverse engineer it. That's not really difficult to do, but I just wasn't feeling it. These colors are super lovely as well, but they're just not exactly where I'm at anymore, either. So, like, don't get me wrong, I love the colors of this shawl, and I do still wear it sometimes. I just wanted to knit another one. So I started another one. And it's all crunched up on a cable needle or a circular needle that's too small. But you get the gist of it. So this is the new one. And as you can see, I started this maybe a week and a half ago. Maybe a week ago. And I'm already almost done. I've been really into this shawl. I think I haven't, knit with DK in it feels like a really long time, because I was working on that one. It was fingering weight, so it seemed to take, it is taking a really long time, and this is just so gratifying. So I've been working away on this for a very, very long time. It has these cool, little slip stitches that make this chevron pattern, which you can actually see better on this lighter yarn. These yarns are, the pink one was kind of all union fiber. This one has a bunch of different yarns because I'm all about mixing things up. And this one here, this main kind of gray with speckles, is Le Bien-Aimé Merino DK in Air. And that one I think I know I got that in 2020, March 2020, when I went to Portland. Oh, the week before the border shut down. So that one came from Portland. Oh no! Sorry. Just before the entire world shut down. And you can't really see this one here, but there's a little stripe of just plain white. That's Ottoman Indigo Classic DK in Overcast. You'll see more of that on the border. I was debating on whether or not to go darker for this contrast color, but I'm really liking it lighter. And then this brown is Ritual Dyes, the Priestess DK, Merino DK, and this is the Page of Wands color. So it's this beautiful brown. It has a little bit of variance to it. It has lots of depth, and every so often there's a little speckle of something in there. So it's just been really nice to work with as well. So that will become that. Put some tassels on it. It's going to be great. I really like these colors. Now, this brown is, and I need your opinion on something, because this brown is from Ritual Dyes, and it's from a club. I signed up for the, what's it called? The Tarot Club. So they dye a skein of yarn based on a tarot card every month. This is December's. So how do we feel about designers using club colorways or discontinued colorways or colorways that are hard to find in a design? Because I know sometimes people want to make kind of exactly what it is, but I'm kind of all about using what you have. So it seems, I don't know, it's hard for me not to use yarn that I have, even though it's a color that you actually can't get specifically because it's a club colorway. Now they do dye something that's very similar, and I'm sure that you could find something similar as well. So is it okay that I'm using a club colorway? What do you think? What are your thoughts on that? Like, are you like, yeah, totally cool, I never use the yarns the designer uses anyways? Or no, I would rather, I would much rather have it be available so you can make the exact one. Just curious what your thoughts on that are. And I'm very excited about this. I'll probably finish this up next week or something. I just love these lines. They're showing up so well on this light brown. Speaking of yarn and clubs, I did sign up for the Ritual Dyes Tarot Club, and they're in Portland, I think, and I am in Canada. Shipping anything to or from Canada is ridiculously expensive. So I asked if it would be okay to ship it in groups of 3. So instead of having one yarn shipped every month and having to pay the shipping on that, grouping them in 3s. So they were totally able to accommodate that. I pay less shipping and I get 3 yarns every 3 months instead of 1 yarn a month. So I think that was great. So I got that in December, and I actually wrapped it up, or I didn't wrap it up, but I got Georgia to open it for me and wrap it up so that I had it as a Christmas present to open. So I didn't know until Christmas morning when I unwrapped it. It was really fun. Okay, so my order came with this cool sticker, a little hologram. I like it. You already saw December. That was the Page of Wands. Yeah, so the Page of Wands colorway. October is this one. And this one was Ace of Wands. And it has the blue and white with a couple of like darker speckles. I think this one's going to be just so lovely. I don't know why, but for some reason it reminds me of in like being 11. And in the 2000s-ish, late 90s, early 2000s, and just the happy face, like the bright yellow happy face with blue and white clouds. I don't know where this image is coming from, but that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the background with the happy face. So maybe this needs to go with a bright yellow in something. I don't know. And then November, we have the Four of Wands, which is this beautiful kind of sagey green. And it has lots of, it's not variegated, but it's very tonal. There's some dark bits, there's some light bits, there's some yellow in there. And yeah, so that's exciting. I haven't bought yarn in a really long time. Well, I have bought yarn. I buy yarn a lot. Not a lot, but usually when I'm buying yarn for designing with. So it's like work yarn. This is really fun because even though a lot of the knitting that I do is for work, getting yarn that I didn't necessarily have to buy for work is very fun. Yeah, and I really love their whole style. Ritual Dyes is, yeah, it looks like a very, I don't know, I just like everything they do, so I figured a club couldn't go wrong, and I've been happy so far. So we will see in a couple months what the next 3 are gonna look like. And I think that's all I really have to share with you today. I had 2 big new projects. I got lots of designs flowing out. There's the Aurora headband class. If you want to come and take a class with me and knit a headband with me. I did one in December and it was super fun. We did it over 1 week last time and that was just a little bit tight. So we're doing it kind of, the 6th and the 13th are both Mondays. So yeah, we'll have a week in between classes. It was really, really fun last time. We had a great group and I want to do more kind of things like that. So if you are interested, I'll put the link down below to the making app. Idea to Pattern is coming up again. Registration is going to be open on the 6th of March, not the 6th of February, 6th of March. If you're interested in like doing affiliates or anything like that, reach out to me because I have some information for you if that's something you're interested in. And then if you're interested in breath work, trying it out, or want to try out a session with Katie, she is doing a free session on January 19th, and I will also make sure to put that link down below. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. It was really nice to catch up and chat with you and share what I'm working on. And yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye.